Racing this week, which is a global media platform focusing on racing right around the world. But I am a racing fan right across the world. I love getting to these big events. I've been here a couple of times before. I'm based in Australia at the moment, so it's not too difficult to get up here to Seoul, and this is my third time at the Korea Cup. I'm just so excited for what's to come because it is a really great meeting. Seoul is a great place. There is a real electricity around the place today, and I just can't wait for the afternoon ahead.
Super happy to be able to host you here in this show and in this event, and as well, Emmy, it's really rare to find English-speaking announcer in Japan, so it's my honor to have you. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, okay. 안녕하세요. 저는 일본 아나운서 고이즈미 에미입니다. 반갑습니다. Hello, my name is Emi Koizumi. I am writing the horse racing article every Sunday, Yahoo News and Tokyo Chungji Sports. And this is my second time collaborating with Joe. I want to enjoy today's race. そして皆さん、日本の皆さん、こんにちは。アナウンサーの小泉恵美です。普段はですね、東京中日スポーツ、そして中日スポーツ、最後に、ヤフーニュース、この3つにですね、海外競馬などの情報を届ける仕事をしています。そして KRA のジョーとは2回目のコラボレーションということで、ピアスが落ちた。楽しみにしています。皆さんよろしくお願いします。
So I've got great two journalists from worldwide, and I'm super excited, and I'm honored to be able to talk about this very race, Korea Cup and Korea Sprint. And Andrew, as you said, you've been here for 3 times, so it's a little bit of a great build-up, and we have stories of Korean racing. Could you tell us what is the significance of the 2023 Korea Cup?
Well, I think this being the first Korea Cup really to get international people back. I know there were international horses last year, but to have international people back in droves is really important. And I think the fact that you've got these real superstar horses, particularly from Japan, the likes of Crown Pride and Bathrat Leon, who have won abroad before, they've travelled and managed to win over in Dubai, and Bathrat Leon won in Saudi Arabia as well, and ran so well behind Baid last year. I mean, that's world-class form, and to see that form now tested on a different surface, on sand, is going to be fascinating. I hope that they run well, and I hope that they prove this Korean form and take it with them, potentially to a Breeders' Cup. Imagine seeing the Korean form then tested in America.
I really wish we would have opportunities as well to participate in Breeders' Cup as well. Right now, I'm going to ask Emmy for the reactions of the Japanese fans. How are they about Korea Cup and Sprint?
Yeah. For owners and trainers, the prize money has increased and grade 3, and transportation is easy, and there's no time difference.
Right.
There are so many reasons why they want to go. Yeah, and about Japanese racing fan, they are showing interest in Korea Cup and the Korea Sprint very much, but they want to bet and watch live broadcast. So I think it would be great if this could be improved. But this year, for the first time, KRBC is showing race live on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This will be live on our YouTube.
Yeah. So let's search KRBC.
Search KRBC like the logo on YouTube to watch race live for the very first time happening here in South Korea.
Yeah.
So okay, now to Andrew, what horses do you think is interesting here in this competition?
I mean, the Japanese are obviously interesting, but I'm really going to be curious to see what the Hong Kong horses can do. Duke Y, we saw him go to Dubai earlier this year, probably will struggle a little bit over 1,200 metres on the sand. And Apache Pass, very interesting because there aren't many races for a horse like him in Hong Kong. Once you get to a certain level in the ratings in Hong Kong, there just aren't the races on the dirt for him. So he has to be able to travel to races like this. I think he'll be suited. I think wide draw makes it difficult, but I'm hoping the Hong Kongers can equip themselves well. Pierre Ng is a very new trainer in Hong Kong. This is just his second season in Hong Kong. but he's already travelled to Dubai and now to Korea, and I think he'll be back again next year. So I think from that point of view, I'm really interested to see what Pierre Ng's horses do this year, Duke Wine and
He's the
Patriot
youngest ever trainer from Hong Kong, is he?
He would be, yes.
Yes.
He's very young. His father was a trainer, Peter in Hong Kong about a decade ago, and he also travelled horses, Pierre, when he was an assistant trainer. He would travel horses for Paul O'Sullivan. He took a horse called Aero Velocity to Japan and won the Takamatsu no Miyakennen. So he knows how to travel these horses, and yeah, he'll be training for the next 30 years. So it's going to be great to see him travelling abroad, and as I say, I think coming back to Korea quite a few times.
A foreign expat would say.
Yes, absolutely.
And now we'd like to hear stories about Japanese horses.
Okay, so all Japanese horses are strong for sure, but we have to be careful because the level of Korean horses is rising rapidly. So Crown Pride, Shinten trainer said, at morning track work, he usually runs too hard. So, but in Korea, he realized the environment was different, and look around. Yeah. So he has adjusted to Korea well. Yeah.
Smart horse.
And the Crown Pride and the Shinten trainer went to Dubai and Saudi Arabia, United States. So he said it's important not to be nervous about the transportation and to be relaxed. And the remake. Same trainer, yeah, and he went to take care of the horse's rhythm, yeah. And Baslat Leon, the Yahagi trainer, said he's a good condition and a good mood, and at the track it requires a stamina. There is no problem for him. Yeah, and Gloria Mundi, Okubo trainer, said this race course is suitable for him. He is good at tight turns.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And about track, the sun thickness is a thing, so there's no big problem for any Japanese horses. I think.
Okay. So the Team Japan is really ready for this.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, having said that, it's going to be harder to post Japanese contenders here in this race. I'd like to hear the journalist selection, perhaps by Andrew.
Look, I think you're right. The Japanese horses are going to be very hard to beat. I think Bathrat Leon in the sprint, if he can get out of the inside gate and get to the lead, which we've seen him do when he travels abroad, he can lead and lead at a very strong tempo. If he does that, I think they're not going to catch him. And in the Korea Cup, look, Crown Pride, if he makes that move to the lead, I do worry about him the last 100 metres on the sand here. But if he can be far enough in front at the 100-metre mark, I think he'll win. So I do think it'll be Bathrat Leon and Crown Pride. I think Japan will win. But as you said, Emmy, there are some Korean horses. They're rising rapidly. They're getting better all the time. And it wouldn't surprise me to see a horse like an Oma in the sprint or Winner's Man, both of them winning last year. It wouldn't surprise me to see them perform as well.
Well, about Crown Pride starting outside gate 15 as well is going to be a hassle of trying to get in front, trying to cross. We have special rule in Korea that you cannot cross starting 100 meters, so that's going to be a tricky one.
Japanese horses are going to be very hard to beat. I think Bathrat Leon in the sprint, if he can get out of the inside gate and get to the lead, which we've seen him do when he travels abroad, he can lead and lead at a very strong tempo. If he does that, I think they're not going to catch him. And in the Korea Cup, look, Crown Pride, if he makes that move to the lead, I do worry about him the last 100 metres on the sand here. But if he can be far enough in front at the 100-metre mark, I think he'll win. So I do think it'll be Bathrat Leon and Crown Pride. I think Japan will win. But as you said, Emmy, there are some Korean horses, they're rising rapidly. They're getting better all the time. And it wouldn't surprise me to see a horse like an Oma in the sprint or Winner's Man, both of them winning last year. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me to see them perform as well.
Well, about Crown Pride starting up side gate 15 as well is going to be a hassle of trying to get in front, trying to cross. We have special rule in Korea that you cannot cross starting 100 meters, so that's going to be a tricky one.
(2023) 코리아 스프린트 바스라트 레온 모르피스 손살 이스트젯 어마어마 리메이크 예스 퍼펙트 대한 질주 라운 탐맨 블랙 머스크 듀크 와이 함스트롱 벌마의 스타 클린업 해피 굿필슨 9월 10일 서울 제7경주 코리아 스프린트
Hello, you're back in with us on KRBC for Korean Racing, and we're going to be bringing you detailed story about this grand event. It's going to be Korea Sprint happening here. Guests to talk more about this race in detail, and that'll be Vetman, who you may know of, and he's very well known, the father of international racing, would say. Do you agree with me that?
I would say that. In Korea, I would actually say, yeah, absolutely the father. I called him the grandfather of international racing in Korea, and he wasn't very happy with that a little bit earlier on. But yeah, definitely probably...
I'm not that much old, grandfather.
Right, but certainly one of the most influential figures in actually one of the reasons this race actually exists.
Hello, Mr. Liu.
Great to see you again. It's been about a year time, and I'm very happy to be back.
Okay. How have you been?
Very well, and doing many schoolworks and teaching and researching and some administrative work. And also this year I started apprentice education. So
Oh wow.
it has been a very busy year.
Oh,
Yep.
like you always are, like you always is. You're the busiest person I've ever seen, and we are seeing this international event. And can you explain us the significance of Korean racing and with this international event?
Yeah, this year I'm very happy to see the quality of runners, which I assume that they are the runners about the level of Dubai World Cup or the Breeders' Cup. And now I can see we have only countries from the Hong Kong and Japan. But because it's an international grade 3 race, so we selected the runners on their performance merit. So it's quite natural. And because we started the international races with the aiming from the unlisted to listed and then listed to the grade.
Right.
So when the very beginning, this race was about the race rating about 100 level. But after 3 years of the unlisted races, then we managed to promote it to part 2, and then this race was about the listed race. And after 3 years of Korea Cup and Sprint, we got promoted to grade 3. And the last year, the 5th edition was the first Korea Cup and the Sprint under the grade 3 status. And this year, I can see the first top 4 level horse, they are about at least grade 2, or some are grade 1 level. So now we are growing, and so it's very good to see. And we are having shape to be kind of ready for the grade 2. So it's very good to see this kind of a development.
Like for instance, Batra Leon, I'm super excited, and remake. I'm sure you're on the same note, Alastair. What are your thoughts about this international?
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking purely the Korea Sprint, we've got 3 horses who are extremely well established on the international stage. Batra Leon, who of course is a Dubai World Cup night winner, a Godolphin Mile winner.
Right.
Remake, who performed very well overseas as well in the Middle East this spring, and Zhu Guai, of course, who is an extremely talented Hong Kong galloper.
Was your pick
He's
for
performed.
The chairman's
was indeed. It didn't go that well that day, but that's the kind of company he mixes in Hong Kong.
No,
he mixes in the
he
best
was
company.
Fifth in it, so.
So yeah, I think as Sung Ho said, it's attracting the elites, and as the race progresses, that's how it has to be. It was all, obviously very interesting when we had 8 different nations represented in one race, but we have to, of course, now focus on the quality.
And I also assume that the connections, they know what the taste is to grab the glory in Korean international race.
Oh,
so it's getting to know is much important, because when considering the future, the people will try to that taste again. So that's very important development.
Right now we're seeing the paddock, and we're seeing the owners and connections full with that trying to seize the taste, I guess.
Yes.
And the horses are parading, and we can see the crowd. Wow, that is just amazing. That is just 1/10 of the crowd we get here at the race course. I'm pretty sure there are many inside the grandstand. And
yeah, it's a big crowd today. It's just shy of 30,000 actually. I looked, which is pretty big. And yes, it does feel like an international occasion. It feels like a big occasion, just like it did last year. Last year, I feel when we were coming off the COVID, it was the first one back. Had a real sort of crackle and sparkle to it.
Right.
And this year we had to build on it.
We beat Sekihu last year, the Japan's horse, but apparently Sekihu ran at Saudi with the top contender Crown Pride. So it's the level of which we can actually make comparison of, so we say. And me as a Korean person, I'm very honored and excited about this event as well. Just on the note of Sung-ho as well, to be able to host such a high level of quality of horse, it's not really about whether or not we're gonna have to win or winning or losing. It's really about having a decent race here and having to be able to see a great racehorse running here at Seoul Race Course.
Well, so the punter inside me just bristled at that, because I'm here to find a winner, and I think everyone here is here to actually win this race as well. If not, the stewards are going to have a word. I'm sure. But yeah, certainly it is a good event. We've got two great races ready to come. So we should try and find some winners.
All right. Without further ado, can we go on and have a look at the runners? We'll go on and have a look at the runners in the order of the race card. But before we do so, let's have a closer look at the horses at the parade ring. We're seeing Duquois at the moment. Let's find out best tuned that horse.
Well, that's going to be a tough one to
Yes.
a tough one to find out from here.
out.
I mean, some of the horses have been looking very good. And everyone who's been to the isolation tables, everyone who watched morning track work was struck by obviously the physicality of the Japanese horses, just how well they look, and the Hong Kong horses as well, looking extremely well prepared, extremely well fit as well. Certainly with the Korean horses, we're obviously looking at last year. This is a good Pilsung, obviously.
The jockeys are getting up.
Last year's winner, Oma is here. His form has been a little questionable since then. We're going to have to look at his condition to see how ready he is.
To me, Batrat Leon, this is a horse that was unexpectedly very well looking. It's exceptional, just the horse physique and everything looked to be perfect. Batrat Leon, could you tell us a little bit about Batrat Leon?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, the Godolphin Mile winner last year. He couldn't quite manage to defend that title this year. He went back. But he did win in Riyadh. He won that Group 3, the 1351 turf. He finished fourth in the Godolphin Mile this year. He then went back and finished third in the listed race at Urawa. I can never pronounce that one. Over the 1400 metres. It's an interesting one about Batrat Leon. He's never raced at 1200 metres before, but that's not so much of an issue here. We know that this sand, you need a horse that can stay, this horse is going to stay all day. He's drawn gate 1. That's not a problem either. He can come out fast. He can sit close, sit on the speed. I think he's got every chance, Batrat Leon.
Yeah, on top of that, the Japanese horses, when they run, the meaning of they run on dirt is that they run on 9 cm dirt.
Right.
So they and the Korean tracks we have a 7 cm the sand.
Centimeters.
So they have a 2 cm merit advantage. But Hong Kong, when he talking about the Hong Kong horse, the Duquois, when he run on the shot-in all weather, it's kind of a bit losing, but not that much. So they have about 3 or 4 cm disadvantage. So my concern is that the Damian Lane, who is very famous in Australia, he's at least within 5th in the Jockeys Premiership.
Right, top 5.
Top 5 jockey. So when I heard that Damian Lane would come for racing in Korea, I just expected that because Damian Lane, he ran for the Cox Plate 2019 and he won for the Japanese horse. The name of the horse called the Liz Gracias. So I assumed that he would run for the Japanese horses, but ended up with the Hong Kong horses. But I assumed that he would like to come to Hong Kong as a club jockey or whatever.
Well, we'll see. Speculation, we won't speculate on that.
There is a story that I figured out by interviewing the owner.
Oh, really?
They actually have close connections, private connections with the owner and the Damian. That's why Damian decided happily to ride here for Korea for the first time ever.
And a lot of experience riding in Japan as well. So he knows these kind of tracks and knows how to beat these Japanese horses.
Apollo, the owner, who used to be the race caller in Hong Kong, says that he's actually have personal connection with the jockey, and what he thinks of the best is that he really knows the Japan's pace, and he's got to keep up with the Japanese horses who are the top contenders here in the race.
When Hong Kong horses was successful in the Korea Sprint, they used to their running style was the daylight side, not the other side, because the Hong Kong horses, they never experienced this kind of a kickback. So even though horse they experienced with the kickback, but it's a different style. So they have to, the jockey, I assume that the jockey should have prepared for this kind of the sand track and the kickback. So because it's a sprint race, everything can happen in the sprint race.
Right.
So Damian Lane would prepare some kind of a very good tactic for the Hong Kong owner.
Right. I mean, it's wide open chances, to be honest, with sprint race, so which is making it much more interesting. Can we have a look at the runners in the order of the race card now? Baccarat Leon we just talked about, so let's go on and have a look at Morphis.
Yeah, the grand old gentleman galloper of Seoul is Morphis. Like, he's a multiple group winner here. He's possibly lost a touch of pace over the years. Comes in off a good fourth last time. I don't have him as a winning chance, but he'll be coming on strong.
Well, we have to talk about it generally to introduce this to our international peers. Morphis, to me, is a racehorse who's been consistently running at Class 1 and great at races, and just doesn't disappoint the fans. If the pace goes a little bit loose, this is a horse who can actually run late. That's my feeling.
Yeah, he'll be coming on strong late. I think he'll have too much to do.
Right. Sonsal is next. Sonsal was kind of anticipating to be drawn wide outside gate, but not.
He's in the form of his life, Sonsal. Really good win last time. He beat Oma, he beat Round Tapman, Volmeister, who will come back here. So yeah, getting that group win. He's a deep closer, similar with Remake. I think he's going to be coming home with Remake pretty fast. Yeah, I know Franco was a little bit disappointed with Gate 3 because a lot. You can get caught inside in Gate 3.
It's going to happen in the early and.
But Sonsal's in great form. He can run good times, and he's a chance.
Okay, and we're now on the EastJet. This is another horse who's been consistently running at a graded race, but recent form is a little bit of a query. This usually gets on pace. Did I just summarize?
I think you pretty much summarized EastJet. He's probably just lost a yard of pace. Recent form in this company, he's going to struggle.
Right. Oma is going to be the Korea's representation.
Defending champion, he raised the roof when he went past Raptus a year ago. Look, his recent form has been okay. He has suffered a few setbacks. He's been beaten by Sonsal. Before that, he was beaten by Round the Fighter. No disgrace in that. Volmeister also finished ahead of him. So his recent form has been patchy, but he's had a couple of months off.
Right.
Word is he's been training well. We know we can't doubt his ability, and it could happen.
Someone asked me yesterday, what do you think about Oma? What kind of a horse makes it special? And I said, Oma just finds his way of winning. I just think this is not a type of a horse who get on pace too quick, who has to get on pace. Just finding consistently way of winning is what we like out of Oma. And if you're a Korean racing fan, we've got to hope that Oma is finishing with a great result here.
Yeah, I hope the Jackie Yusungman would show again about his riding last week, Lala K.
Yeah, if you're still with us with Lala
I'm not sure he did much that. I think it was hold on that day.
He was a jockey on Lala K.
He and the trainer Sungmungil suddenly got to the stage of the world celebrity in racing.
It was a little bit too late. It was a bit too late for late nominations for this for that one. Yeah.
Okay, and let's go on and have a look at Remake, the top contender, who will be coming off from the speed.
That's what he's done recently. Look, he can race close as well, but yeah, he's been coming from the clouds recently. He had no right to win his latest race back at Morioka, that listed race back in August. He looked well beaten at the top of the stretch. He came through. Now, of course, that means that you can find traffic, you can find bad luck. Sonsal will know all about that. He's found plenty of bad luck in his races.
Right.
So there is that danger, but he's got such quality, Remake, that he could be the one here.
I mean, we have to talk about the jockey, top jockey in the saddle, Kawada.
I was told that Kawada is kind of a successor of Take Yutaka in Japan. In
the
younger version of Take Yutaka. And having seen the race time, because the race time is not the kind of a comparable one, because every track is different. But even though we consider that the 1 minute and 8.6 seconds over 1200 meters is very unbelievable time record. So, and the second previous record in Maidan was 1 minute and 11 seconds. So I can see that he is a very consistently quick type runner. So and the gate number 6 is not a bad occasion. So he has a strong contender. He's a strong contender, I think.
who come off from the speed, and let's go on and have a look at Yes Perfect. I believe this is a racehorse from Busan. The combination of the jockey and the horse is nice.
Yeah, Chen Kyung's found a big horse, hasn't she? A really good second in the Owners' Cup last time out. That was a really good run. It's another one who comes from off the pace. We've got a load in this race which come from off the pace, which is unusual in Korean sprint races. I think this is obviously a big step up, but he's run fast times at the distance, and he could be running some minor money.
We've just mentioned half of the field, and we're probably going to have to let you go. But before we let you go, could you tell us a little bit about expected racing position?
Yeah, well, this has been a tough one to do, because I think Batra Leon is actually probably going to lead here.
Right.
I'm questioning what the Korean jockeys' tactics, local jockeys' tactics are going to be.
That's going to be tricky.
That's going to be tricky, because I know a lot of them said in their pre-race interviews, if one of the Japanese horses is going really fast, I'm not necessarily going to chase him. You know, I'm not going to lead my race there.
Right.
So you'd expect the likes of Oma and that to be on speed. Bomai Star has got a load of natural speed, but it's drawn out in gate 13. Going to have to use up a lot to get forward, so that's not going to be easy. Round Tapman as well, I expect to see them on pace.
Okay, so we'll keep that in mind. And of the horses who might have chance at the later part of the race?
Well, we're going to expect to see the likes of Remake and Sonsao coming through strong at the end of the race.
Yeah, we'll be expecting this result, and we'll now give it our race caller. Say goodbye and see you soon.
On the other side, yes.
On the other side. Alastair Middleton, the race caller from South Korea, is now leaving the studio, and left with Mr. Ryu and I to talk about the rest of the field. So Mr. Ryu, we're now down to 대한질주. 대한질주 is a racehorse who recently ran at Owners' Cup. It's a race of the reference, and in it, this was a racehorse who was 7th. So
his current recent form is not that much great, but the second last form he ran first.
Right.
But the distance was 1400 meter. But having seen this form that he is not a great runner, but if he is able to make the forward or the leading position, then he can be much better than the last race.
Right. Previously at a Class 1 event, 대한질주 ran 1 minute 24 seconds, 5 over the sand track. That'll be considered quick time, so it's worthy of noting, but it's going to be tough to find this horse with this top competition of a level.
Yeah.
And let's have a look at Rawon Topman. Rawon's only representation. To be honest, Rawon is Korea's I'm sorry to say, Yoshida or Shadai?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, Rawon is a rising farm in terms of the breeding industry and the racehorses. And Rawon Topman represents here for the international race. There are some of the other great racehorses, but just not available at the moment. Rawon Topman.
It's very pity to hear that Round of Fighter.
Right, Round Fighter would be top contender.
When I told about he would prepare the Korea Sprint, I expected that the Round of Fighter would run against other top quality international runners.
Right.
In the straight, I assumed that he would run and compete against them head to head or neck to neck, and he would be he would create a kind of a legendary scene in the Korean history of the international racing. But he was injured recently and he retired, so sad. But Rawon, as you said, is a growing and top rising the owner and the breeding farm. So
please follow Rawon, because Rawon is a growing industry, and especially having built their own farm and
they
their
own way
training.
of training.
That's very interesting, and I believe that's the way they make the winners out of their stable. And this is not one of their best, but Rawon Topman, having ran consistent times in the recent stakes races, Class 1 race, and Seoul's Owners Association Cup, becoming 4th. This is a competitive racehorse, but it's going to be hard to find this race as a top contender because we have set so many
Good,
in with a
yeah.
chance. Black Musk is next one up. It's gonna be hard to make a case out of this horse. It usually comes off from this pace, and Black Musk is flat out 5-year-old horse. Having been running at the stakes races only. What are your thoughts
he used
about?
to run the longer distance race. So which means that he can sustain at the straight until the straight,
Right.
but the early speed is very important. How he can manage it to make early speed, and not only the Black Musk, the most of the Korean horses, the jockeys need to be able to make a quick decision where to be positioned.
Right. It's gonna be very interesting to see the tactics of these representations at the moment, especially here at the sprint race.
Because the next horse, Duke Y, and the Japanese horse Basra Leon and the Remake, they are very competitive,
Right.
strong and fast.
Right.
So it's very, very tough race
You'd have
from
to
the
be
jump.
wise, and you'd have to be sly,
Yep.
to be honest, to have your tactics and really have it a go, and might have chance. I mean, this is 6 furlong sprint competition we're talking about. Let's go on and have a look at Duke Y. Damian Lane in the saddle.
Yep.
Is the howl that we're getting from the peers, and
As we talked about Damian earlier, this talk, so he must have prepared some kind of a tactics to compete against Japanese horses.
okay. Other side with Duke Y, Kamstrong, Burmeister, Clean Up Happy Gupilsung representing South Korea, but we are going to be seeing this race. Korea Sprint, we're going to be starting in 1 minute and 50 seconds. So we will now head on to the race calling booth. Bye.
RO7 in Seoul is the Korea Sprint, Korea Group 1, International Group 3, and 15 to take the place in the starting lineup. Remake, the hot favourite. He's $1.20 locally. Punters very, very confident in these Japanese visitors. Bathrat Leon, the second favourite, at $4.90, and it's a big gap beyond the two of those. Oma the next best, that is the defending champion in at 17s. As they do start to come forward for the sprint. So already in the gate are Morphis, Sonsal and East Jet. Remakes there as well, as is Yes Perfect, Daehan Jilju. Round Tapman's in. Duke Y from Hong Kong is in gate 11. Armstrong is in, as is Clean Up Happy. There goes Ballmeister. Bathrat Leon's into gate number 1. The defending champion, Oma, comes up into gate 5. There goes Black Musk. And there's just one more to come forward. That will be Good Pilsung. Good Pilsung's in. That's it. All in. Korea Sprint 2023. And Gates are back there away, and they're racing in the sprint. And Duke Y was just a touch slow along with Black Musk. Bathrat Leon is away nicely and looking to cross the field there. Will be Bolmai Star will join round Tapman up front. Come Strong not too far away. And it's Dayhan Jilju EastJet to the inside. Clean Up Happy not too far away as well. Remake settling in the rear of the field, just on the outside of Morphis. Good Pilsen to the outer of those, as now Duke Y gets written up. Followed by Black Musk, Sonsal, Oma leads just one. That's Yes Perfect, who is the back marker. So it's Bolmai Star has put 2 lengths into them as they pass halfway. From Bathrat Leon racing in second. Round Tapman, Dayhan Jilju to the outside still. There going is Calm Strong. Remake is starting to improve. Very easy up the inside. But it is still Bolmai Star going for a home. From Bathrat Leon to the inside. Remake will come down the inner. Bolmai Star still holding them at bay. But here comes Remake down the inside. Bathrat Leon trying to apply pressure. Duke Y with a late run, but his Remake has gone to the front, and Remake will win the Korea Sprint for Japan. Bolmai Star second. Bathrat Leon was third. Remake has broken the track record in the process. He's won the Korea Sprint. Yuga Kawada for trainer Koichi Shintani and owner Koji Maeda. This 4-year-old colt has taken the Korea Sprint, and he's done it easily.
Wow, this is just amazing to see. I'm stunned about this race. Mr. Ryu, as an expert, what can you tell us about this?
I was told that the Seung-hoon, when interviewed, he would lead the race. But his tactic was...
He was bold.
Yeah.
It worked.
Because he was the winning jockey last year.
It's
Seung-hoon
just bold
with
tactics, going straight up bullet forward. And
yeah, because he knew this track. Because once he lead, he can keep that position easily. But as expected, the Remake from behind and the Bathrat Leon from behind, they were managed to catch up the Bolmai Star. So the Remake made his win.
What surprised me as well is Duke Y placing fourth. So
yeah, Duke Y placing fourth.
Super international, and
yeah.
I
first Japan, second Korea, third Japan, fourth Hong Kong.
Here we go. We're seeing crossing the line, Remake by 5, then coming
4 or 5
Bolmai
lanes.
Star, Bathrat Leon, and Duke Y running 5th is Oma. Oh my God.
Duke Y should have take the forward or a bit more forward position, then would have been a better tactic. But unfortunately,
we're seeing Remake at the scene, and Remake with the trainer is giving the thumbs up, and it is the jockey Kawada and the trainer Shintani.
Wow, the last 200 meters of Remake was very impressive.
Impressive. I mean, we were saying that this is gonna be a race you want to see.
His gallop,
because you want
his
to
gallop
see
looks
gallop.
like he has a different gear. Wow.
Oh, there was one jockey who said Japanese horses this year has just different system of the gear. Like you said, they would have compared to the Korean horses, they would have 2 gears going at the same time, and that's what Remake was at this race.
Wow, you can see the Japanese fans along the fence. Wow, they are very happy.
Yes.
And having seen our YouTube live, then all the chat was from Japan.
Yes. I mean, it's worthy of watching what it was, and it surprised me to see Bolmai Star with finishing second. Had it not been
that's amazing second.
Had it not been the tactics in the early going straight forward, it would have been a little difficult. But I think it was Hosung with the bold idea to just
Yes.
go with the speed
Yeah,
on and
yeah.
on, and that really worked.
Otherwise, there's no way.
So here goes the unofficials. Unofficials 6, 13, 1, 11, and 5, and the margins are 4 lengths, 2 lengths and a half, another 2 lengths and a half, and 2 lengths. Ooh, winning
Wow,
time is
time record is track record. The track record previously was 1 minute 10.4 seconds. Now 1 minute and 10 seconds.
right track record.
Japanese horses break the track record.
It's just gonna be another motivation for Korean runners, and I'm super happy to see Omamon running 5th here in the race. They did make their best to represent Korea, and remake. It's been expected.
And Burmeister is 4-year-old colt, so he has another bright future next year.
Yes, Burmeister. Burmeister. Now we can see the tactics here, race replay, and here Patratneon ran nice pace, except for remake. Now coming off from the speed, closing as much as expected to. This is just amazing.
Wow, from this moment,
and
from the
Duquois,
200,
look at Duquois.
Duquois from here, he is kind of another Lala K.
Duquois is like, hey, looking at how much ground he makes late. Oh wow, this was just amazing performance.
Just some unfortunate gate number.
Right. Okay, this will be it for the live show for Korea Sprint. We will be back in about 30 minutes to talk about Korea Cup 2023. We will be showing you the presentation stage, so stay in with us live show. We're not going to be in for the audio, but you will be able to see the presentation stage, so please stay with us, and bye-bye.
달렸기 때문에 굉장히 이 더트 1200m 코리아 스프린트에 최적화된 출전마였다 이렇게 보실 수 있을 것 같고, 또 이 기승했던 카와다 유가 기수 정말 대단합니다. 올해 특히 두바이 월드컵을 우승한 기수거든요. 정말 세계 각지에서 활약하고 있는, 사실 일본에서 1위 기수라고 하면 세계적으로도 경쟁력이 있는 기수입니다. 네, 올해 두바이 월드컵 단일 경주 상금이 156억인 두바이 월드컵에서 경주에서
네.
우슈바 테소로로 우승을 차지했던 카와다 유가 기수 역시 강했습니다.
그렇습니다. 뭐 한국과 일본이 거리차가 얼마 나지 않는다고 해도 원정은 원정이고 이런 말들과 기수들도 어찌 보면 현장에 어느 정도 빨리 적응하느냐가 굉장히 큰 관건인데 역시나 뭐 흔들리지 않고 자신이 원하는 전개를 그대로 보여준 리메이크와 카와다 유가 기수인 것 같습니다.
네, 하지만 우리 13번 벌마에스타가 정말 오늘 굉장한
소승기수.
활약을
네.
보여줬고요. 이 4마신 정도밖에 차이 나지 않았고 또 1분 10초 7이라는 기록, 상당히 빠른 기록으로 오늘 스프린트를 마무리를 했습니다. 특히 부산일보배 경주, 이 스프린터 시리즈의 마지막 관문에서 2위를 거머쥐면서 사실 상승세를 보이고 있는 말이었거든요.
네.
이번 경주 서승훈 기수와는 처음 호흡을 맞췄습니다만 서승훈 기수의 작전대로 앞선에 선행에 강하게 나서면서 이번 경주 1번 바스라트 레온의 전개를 조금 무너뜨리고 2위를 차지하는 성과를 낼 수 있었습니다.
그렇습니다.
네, 이 리메이크는 혈통적으로도 좀 우수한 혈통입니다. 이 모마가 사리엘이라고 해서 킹 카메하메하라는 이 글로리아 먼디의 부마의 자마가 이 리메이크의 모마고요.
네.
또 이 부마 란이라는 말은 UAE 더비를 일본말 최초로 우승했던 말입니다. 그런 만큼 혈통적으로도 굉장히 좋은 말이라고 할 수 있겠습니다.
자, 이제 시상식이 진행이 되겠습니다. 시크한 기수로 지금 되게 많이 좀 알려진 카와다 유가 기수인데요. 지금 살짝 미소를 또 보이고 있습니다.
네, 카와다 유가
네.
기수가 우승을 한 뒤에만 웃는 그런 기수라고 하더라고요.
네. 1985년생 2004년 3월에 데뷔를 했습니다.
네, 그렇습니다. 작년에도 이 리딩 자키로
네.
활약을 했었고 올해도 역시 리딩 자키를 유지하고 있습니다.
그렇습니다.
그리고 전설적인 기수 타케 유타카 기수가 그렇게 아끼는 후배라고 하네요.
네. 일본은 이제 파트로 따지면 이제 파트 1 국가입니다. 경마 선진국이라고 볼 수 있고요. 2007년에 파트 1 국가로 이제 승격이 됐으니까 뭐 동아시아에서는 상당히 뭐 내노라는 수준을 가지고 있는 일본입니다.
네, 그렇습니다.
네.
이미 뭐 2007년부터 파트 1 국가였고 또 2010년부터는 모든 중앙 경마에서 펼쳐지는 지원 경주가 국제 경주 등급을 인정을 받을 만큼
그렇죠.
정말 대단한 일본 선진국이라고 할 수 있겠습니다. 경마 선진국으로 보여지고 있고 한 해에 정말 7천 마리 이상이 생산이 되는 일본이기 때문에 사실 우리 한국의 경마 한 해에 한 1,200도에서 1,300도 정도가 생산이 되는 거에 비하면 이
네.
인프라가 정말 대단한 국가라고 할 수 있겠습니다.
자, 리메이크의 마주인 마에다 코지에게 트로피가 주어졌습니다.
네, 마에다 코지에게 트로피가 지금 주어지고 있는데요.
네. 코리아컵에 참가한 일본 말들 뭐 각 경주 지금 두 경주에 각 경주 2마리씩 이제 4마리가 참가를 하고 있는 일본 말들의 지금 현황인데 일단 코리아 스프린트에서 우승을 먼저 들어올린 리메이크가 되겠습니다.
네, 이 신지 마에다라고 하는
네.
다른 마주, 일본 마주가 있는데 그 역시도 우리 한국에서 펼쳐졌던 국제 경주에 참여를 했었어요.
네.
이 형제간에 또 같은 대상 경주를 거머쥐는 그런 역사를 또 쓰게 됩니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 그리고 신탄이 조교사에게 또 상이 주어집니다.
네, 과천의왕시 이소영 국회의원이 트로피를 전달합니다.
네. 조교사 신탄이 조교사인데요. 역시 뭐 일본 역시 뭐 아주 유명한 조교사들이 좀 많이 있어요.
네, 그렇습니다. 신탄이 조교사는 코리아컵에도 크라운 프라이드를 출전을 시키는 조교사인데요.
네.
2020년에 개업을 한 46세의 조교사입니다. 그러나 경력 대비 정말 좋은 실적을 내고 있어요.
네.
주목할 만한 신규 개업 조교사입니다.
그렇습니다.
뭐 그랜드 브리치라는 센 앞말도 보유를 하고 있고
네.
역시 뭐 리메이크도 코리아 스프린트에서 강한 말로 점쳐졌습니다만 또 코리아컵에 출전하는 크라운 프라이드 역시 또 강력한 우승 후보가 아니겠습니까? 코리아컵까지 우승을 한다면 정말로 이 조교사에게는 또 하나의 화려한 전적이 될 것 같습니다.
네, 이 기수가 한국을 방문한 것만으로도 상당히 많은 경마팬들의 관심을 받았는데요. 카와다 유가 기수가 트로피를 전달받습니다.
네, 이미 뭐 175번 넘는 대상경주 우승이 있는 기수입니다. 그리고 뭐 미국에서 펼쳐졌던 브리더스컵에서 또 우승을 했고요.
카와다 유가 기수.
이미 해외 유수의
네.
경주에서 컵을 들어 올린 기수이기 때문에 카와다 유가 기수가 우리 코리아 스프린트에서 이렇게 시상식에 서 있는 모습을 보니까 정말 이 국제 경주 G3 등급으로 인정을 받은 우리 코리아 스프린트의 위상 역시 좀 느껴볼 수가 있는 것 같습니다.
그렇습니다. 신타니 마주와 마에다 코지 마주와 그리고 신타니 조교사 그리고 카와다 유가 기수까지 모두 멋진 트로피를 가지고 가게 됐습니다.
네, 카와다 유가 기수 잠시 후에 있을 크라운 프라이드에도 기승을 할 예정인데요.
그렇죠.
네, 리메이크와의 경주 정말 종반의 말몰이가 인상적인 경주였습니다.
네. 초중반까지는 중하위 그룹에서 뭔가 길을 모으고 있었다고 해야 될까요? 기다리고 있다가 안쪽으로 추입을 하면서 역전승을 거두게 됐습니다.
네, 이 바스라트레온의 조교사인 이 요시토 야하기 조교사의 이 러브즈 온리 유라는 말로 브리더스컵을 우승을 하기도 했었거든요. 네, 우승 마주와 조교사 그리고 기수까지 코리아 스프린트를 거머쥐었습니다.
그렇습니다. 마에다 코지 마주 그리고 신타니 조교사 카와다 유가 기수입니다. 리메이크와 함께 코리아컵 역대 최고 기록 1분 50초 플랫으로 우승을 차지했습니다. 기록들이 이제 점점 더 좋아지고 있어요.
네,
코리아 스프린트 기록 자체가 말이죠.
네, 이제 내년에는 1분 10초대를 뭐 깨버리는 그런 기록을 기대해봐도 될 것 같습니다.
그렇습니다. 일본 최전성기를 현재 달리고 있는 카와다 유가 기수입니다. 뭐 세계적인 탑 자키로도 아주 유명한 선수고요.
네, 오늘 카와다 기수 팬분들이 많이 응원하러 방문을 하신 것 같더라고요.
네.
네, 오늘 시상식에는 이소영 국회의원과 신계용 과천시장까지 함께 하고 계십니다.
리메이크가 제6회 코리아 스프린트 우승마가 됐습니다.
이미 전적 역시 4살짜리 말입니다만 13전 6승을 거두고 있던 말이었고 중앙경마에서는 9전 5승 그리고 지방경마에서 2전 1승 그렇게 전적을 거둔 말입니다. 그렇기 때문에 나이에 비해서도 화려한 전적을 가지고 있다라고 보실 수가 있고 두바이 원정을 다녀온 후에 이 두바이와 사우디 무대에서도 정말 뭐 5위와 3위 국제 경주, G2 경주, G3 경주에서도 순위권에 들었던 말이기 때문에 이미 쟁쟁한 말들, 세계적인 말들과 큰 무대에 섰던 4살짜리 말입니다.
네. 데뷔 이후에 꾸준히 지금 탑5 안을 좀 계속 유지를 하는 경주 성적을 보여주고 있습니다.
네, 그렇습니다.
상위권에 계속 유지를 한다는 결국은 탑1 우승까지 할 수 있는 그 가능성을 계속 보여준다는 거거든요.
네, 그렇습니다.
네.
그리고 또 정말 활력이 넘치는 것이 이 출전 주기 자체를 지금 짧게 가지고 나온 말이 전혀 없는데 이 리메이크 같은 경우에는 직전에 8월 경주 이미 재팬 더트 클러스터컵에서 우승을 거두고 왔기 때문에 굉장히 경주 감각이 살아있고 4살짜리 어린 말인 만큼 좀 앞으로가 더욱더 저는 기대가 됩니다.
그렇습니다. 그 기록 자체가 너무나 좀 충격적인 기록이었잖아요. 1분 8초 6의 기록으로 지난 8월에 클러스컵에서 우승을 하고 이제 코리아 스프린트 참가를 한 리메이크입니다. 1분 50초 플랫의 기록으로 다시 한번 최정상의 자리에 올랐습니다.
네, 그렇습니다. 지금 뭐 출전 횟수는 얼마 되지 않습니다만 수득 상금만 해도 13억이 넘는 수득 상금을 자랑하고 있거든요.
네. 보통 이제 3살 때 경주마의 그 데뷔가 시작이 되고 4살, 5살 때 이제 최전성기로 가는 거 아니겠어요?
네, 그렇습니다. 지금으로 봤을 때 이제 전성기의 시작이 아닐까 이런 생각이 듭니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 일본에서 온 리메이크가 코리아 스프린트 우승마가 됐습니다. 자, 인터뷰를 한번 들어봐야겠죠. 오유주 아나운서입니다.
우승 기수 카와다 유가 기수와 이야기 나눠보겠습니다. 코리아 스프린트 우승을 차지했습니다. 소감부터 들려주세요.
優勝しましたが、今のお気持ち聞かせてください。
はい、無事に勝ち切ってくれて、無事に終われたことが何よりです。
무사히
잘 달릴 수 있어서 또 우승을 할 수 있어서 무엇보다도 다행이라고 생각합니다.
마지막에 이 13번 말과 경쟁이 상당히 인상적이었거든요. 그때 또 어떤 마음가짐으로 또 주행을 했는지 들어보고
最
싶습니다.
後に13番の馬との競争がすごく印象的でしたが、この時の心持ちってどんなものでしたか？
まずはこの馬自身がいい走りをできるようにという、それを一番大事に乗ってきましたので、いい雰囲気で走ってたんで何の心配もなく直線乗ってました。
리메이크가 가장 좋은 기분으로 달릴 수 있도록 했기 때문에 직선에서 기분 좋게 달릴 수 있었습니다.
끝으로 일본 팬들도 정말 많이 와 계시는데요. 팬들께 또 한마디 전해주신다면요.
最後に日本のファンたちもいっぱいいらっしゃってるんですけど、一言お願いします。
まずはこの韓国の競馬にリメイクを招待していただき、そしてこうやってリメイクらしい走りをして韓国の皆様にもリメイクの走りを見ていただけたということをありがたく思いますし、またこの馬が世界旅行に行くかは今のところ分かりませんが、また応援してもらえたらと思います。
한국 팬분들에게 리메이크를 소개할 수 있는 기회가 있어서 그게 너무 좋았습니다. 또 앞으로도 이 리메이크가 세계적으로 어떻게 나갈지 모르겠지만 그런 모습도 지켜봐 주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
네, 카와다 유가 기수였습니다.
네, 카와다 기수와 이야기 나눠봤습니다. 마지막엔 그래도 이야기를 좀 길게 해줬어요.
네, 우승하고 나니까 역시 조금 기분이 풀렸나 봐요.
그렇습니다. 제6회 코리아컵 코리아 스프린트 함께하고 있습니다. 자, 코리아 스프린트는 리메이크가 1분 50초 0, 1분 50초 플랫의 기록으로 마무리가 됐습니다.
네, 이 2위를 차지한 벌마의 스타가
2023 코리아컵 심장의 고동 더 검프 행복 왕자 글로벌 히트 브리가디어 제너럴 문학 칩 크레이지 콘티 위너스맨 티즈 바로즈 석세스 마초 투혼의 반성 아파치 패스 크라운 프라이드 글로리아 먼디 9월 10일 서울 제8경주 코리아컵
You're back in with us on KRBC for Korean Racing, and we are here on an international weekend. And my name is Joe to deliver more news about Korea Cup in details. And here next to me is Alastair Middleton, my racing soulmate, and the racing expert, the father of international racing, the Batman.
Great
Hello,
to
everyone.
see you.
So let's start with talking about what we just witnessed. I cannot believe what happened just now at Korea Sprint. I don't. What was exceptional about is 11 Hong Kong horse Duke Y running fourth. That was just amazing.
I think we saw exactly why Damien Lane was booked. It was an exceptionally smart ride, a very patient ride. He kept out of trouble. He let the horse produce what he's capable of, and he finished fourth. He's quite accustomed to coming fourth in Hong Kong behind really good horses, and he's repeated it again there, Duke Y. A really good run. I'm really happy for Connections. They made a great choice.
Any notes?
No, but the race result was fantastic because the first place getter was Japanese, and second Korea, third Japanese, fourth Hong Kong. So all good combination.
I think also we've got to say the winner was the best horse in the race by far. Baumeister, that was a huge run in second. He ran 1:10.7, which is huge, and Battlerat Leon obviously a very good horse
the
as well.
remake had a different gear from the 200 meter.
Right.
Wow, it was amazing horse.
But 투혼해본서 had it not been bold tactics of 서승훈 going bullet forward and start from the end, it would not have been second.
Yeah, Baumeister, I mentioned in there that I wasn't really sure about what some of the tactics would be. Were they going to be a little bit afraid to take on the speed?
Right.
And I think that may have perhaps cost Oma. Had Oma taken on the speed, I'm not sure. Could he have got closer? He got fifth. But yeah, Sossingen, what a ride. He took a chance from a wide gate.
Bold ride. Seriously.
Absolutely bold ride, yeah.
That was just amazing.
Yeah,
and now we're back here at the studio to talk about Korea Cup. This is going to be a different level of a race, I'd want to say. And but that means there's a lot of anticipation and expectation on the Korean horses and also Japan horses and Hong Kong horse. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, obviously, the expectation was in the sprint from a lot of people. Certainly from the betting was for the Japanese horses to run away with it. You saw the favourite was $1.30. The second favourite was $4. What was it, 17, 18 to 1, the next best. We saw that was not right. It was wrong. Let's see if that's going to be wrong here.
Yeah. We'll have to see. Your thoughts, Batman?
I didn't want to come here to say this, but I may say that the Mike Tyson quote.
Yeah.
So everybody has a plan until they get punched in their face. Because we have witnessed the Korea Cup many times. So the Korea Cup is the over 1800 meter. You know that we start from the home straight and approaching the first corner, passing the second corner, and the backstretch in the middle of the race. Japanese horses, they see how the Korean runners set the pace, whether they run this speed with their exertional effort or just easy effort. But they see the horses, they are doing the exertional effort and they just outrunning against the Korean horse.
The tempo that they set.
The tempo of the race.
Yeah.
But the matter is that whether Korean jockeys to follow or to be patient. If they follow, at the end, approaching the home turn, they can be all exhausted. If they follow, but if they don't follow, it can be a questionable tactic. How can they cover that big distance? So it's a difficult race to overcome the Japanese Quinella, the Crown Pride, and the Gloria Mundi. Having seen their international rating itself is just unimaginable. We see this kind of horses on our track.
I was just explaining this to my other friend who doesn't follow much on racing. What if Ronaldo, the soccer player, is coming into Korea to play soccer, you wouldn't care about who he's playing with. You would just want to see Ronaldo kicking the ball, and perhaps that might just be it for this race. It's going to be an honor for us to see Crown Pride running here, and it's gonna be a racehorse. And this really is our opportunity to witness a top grade racehorse here.
True, but we've also got to try and get him beat. So let's go and have a look at the runners.
Okay, we're starting right up with the top contender from South Korea. Representation is 심장의 고동.
Been around a while, hasn't he, Simjang Gadong? A very reliable runner, 11 wins from 35. He got a win not that long ago over the 2,000 metres back in, what was it, March, I think it was. Look, he's a good horse. He's he could go on pace or close to the pace here. I don't see him as a winning chance, but minor money, not impossible.
Yes, and Dogompu, second one.
He's in the form of his life, isn't he? The Gumpu from Tony Castagnera's stable. Really good win last month. He beat the one that's been scratched here, complete value. So yeah, like he's won 2 of his last 3 at Class 1 level, both at this distance. The times, are they going to be times that are going to trouble the 3 visitors even? Not necessarily, but again, he can come on strongly.
Okay, I'm gonna just brief out 행복왕자. 행복왕자, this is a racehorse who ran at Dubai and wasn't all too successful, but capable of keeping up with the race pace, placing chance possible, but nothing further to suggest about 행복왕자.
Yeah, he never really kicked on from his Grand Prix win, did he?
No. Okay, so next one is Global Hit. Is I think worthy of a talk. It's really in form horse. This is a racehorse who won 2 of the 3-year-old Triple Crown series consecutively on, winning that stakes race in a competitive level is very high up, I'd say. And Kim Hye-sun is super eager. She's been ambitious.
Global Hit is the horse that's sort of giving us some hope here, because all of our other horses, they're known quantities. We know what they can do.
Yes.
We still don't quite know how good Global Hit is.
Just improving every single time and proving that he's capable of winning. 2
super wins in the Derby and the Ministers' Cup, coming away up on the inside, going away as well. Okay, the times not I say not hugely special. That Derby time is pretty good, 1:53. Obviously can go faster than that.
Just persistent horse, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like insisting until the end.
Not the most physically impressive of horses either.
Right. Small and skinny.
And many are saying that the Global Heat has the track buyer's benefit.
Right.
Because he read all the way, and the track buyers on that day was the on the rail was the most profitable, the track buyers. So this is the race that the Global Heat show whether he is from the lucky one or from his own capability.
Well, he's got lucky in his last 3 races, so we'll see if he can make it forward. Wow. But he's obviously the one with the potential. He's got loads of speed, and let's see if he can step up.
To be honest, Global Hit is unknown quantity.
And Hye-sun is a very smart female jockey.
Yes.
And very ambitious.
Yes.
So I don't know what the tactics she prepared, but it would be very interesting to see a Global Hit.
She's the first woman lady to win Korean Derby, so she's the first Derby girl from South Korea, and she's capable. She's quite capable than no other here in this competition.
No, would have no hesitation putting on any horse.
Let's go on and have a look at the horses from the outside gate. It's my I believe that the horses from Japan are getting the anticipations here. So let's go on while we are seeing the wide outside gate. To start with, race card number 11, Success Macho. But let's go on the reverse order. Gloria Mundi. This Japanese horse is gonna be racing for the 18th time out today, and recently ran at Kyoto G3 race, and this is a racehorse who's been winning.
He's only raced twice this year. He's won them both. He's won them in slightly contrasting styles as well. The listed one at Funabashi, 2,400 metres. He came from slightly off the pace. A little bit handier in the one at Kyoto. He's won them extremely well. He's been looking very, very good. He is travelling for the first time. He's travelling overseas for the first time, although Japan to Korea is not the hardest trip in overseas racing. Not impossible.
Right. I mean, this is going to be a horse who's coming off from the speed, so doesn't have to lead, which is why I don't think gate 15 is too bad for the
No, we saw London Town winning very easily from the outside gates, so I don't think that's an issue.
I may say the Crown Pride and the Gloria Mundi, they are running against the London Town time record. The Korean, in Seoul Race Course, the 1800 meter, the track record is 1 minute 50.6 seconds. But this time we need to see.
It's under threat.
Previously the Korea Sprint, they broke the track record over 1200 meter.
But we keep improving after having got beat by best horses, so it's a great sign. We're hoping that would happen here in this race as well. But next one up is Crown Pride, who is going to be just a hard one to oppose. You wouldn't disagree with that?
Crown Pride obviously loves. Well, he's been coming second a lot. It's been a while since he last won, but this is a horse that came fifth in both the Saudi Cup and the Dubai World Cup, and he was beaten by Meisha Hario in that really close finish in the Teo show. That could have gone either way, that finish. You've got to say he is the class act of the race.
Oh, this is a racehorse who ran fifth behind Pantalasa, the race we've covered, the Dubai World Cup, wasn't it?
That was a Saudi Cup. He then came fifth behind Ushba Tesoro in the Dubai World Cup as well.
Yes.
That kind of caliber should be winning at Seoul.
Yeah, it's just different level of which we can compare here.
And also my concern is that the Kawada and Sakai, the two riders, they now getting confident about the Korean track bias. So even though they started from the wider gate, 14 and 15,
they're going to be more.
They will know the track bias, and then they will know the other competitors the learning phase. So it will be a very difficult race for the Korean horses.
Right.
I heard that Joe Fuji gave both of them a very detailed rundown of exactly how you need to ride the horses in Korea, complete with the sound and overhead videos.
That didn't go very well in the sprint, did it?
They came first and third. I don't think that went too badly.
On top of that, when London Town made a track record, it was the 2017. The London Town was the international rating of the London Town was about just below 110. Now the Crown Pride is 116, and the Gloria Mundi 115. So we are getting curious about what's the difference about the 5 to 6 rating difference, how they made a different scene at the race.
Does that mean we're a little bit worried?
Yeah, we are worried how big margin would be the race result after the Japanese Quinella.
Say no more, please.
Am I going to need the big binoculars for this one?
Next one up is Apache Pass. We've just seen what Demian Lane was capable of. I mean, he made it all the way through. Last furlong, getting up. That was another Lalake happening there. Apache Pass.
Apache Pass doesn't win out of turn at home, obviously. 4 from 31, but he is a solid competitor on the shut-in all-weather, and we know that those kind of horses, when they come here, they can be competitive. Can Apache Pass be competitive with Crown Pride and Gloria Mundi? That's a different question. Can he be competitive with the others? Not impossible. We know that horses who prefer to run on dirt at shut-in, it's very hard for them to get their rating up. So we don't read too much into the rating when compared with the local horses here. So don't rule him out.
Mr. Liu, you told us about the track difference of the Japan and also Hong Kong.
Yeah. So likewise the Kawada and Sakai, they are getting confident about the track bias in Seoul. So Damian also will know. So the Japanese, when they run on dirt, which means they run on the 9 centimeter
dirt,
and it's actually a sand 9 centimeter depth sand, but here is a 7 centimeter depth sand.
So
the Hong Kong all weather is different from sand. It's kind of some, how can I say, some hard muddy.
Right.
Oh,
hard mud.
Okay, hard
so
mud.
yeah, hard mud. So it's not much losing. So there's some difference. But anyway, the Damian, he will know how did he handle the whole this track.
Just impressive how it happened in the Korea Sprint. So we'd expect a similar thing happening
And
here.
he was able to drag the horse from the behind to the fourth place in the previous race. So he would have a proper tactic, even improve the tactics.
Right. And we've just covered the top contenders, and we're coming up with top contender from South Korea. Tuhone Bansok is my personal choice.
Yeah, like he's just gotten better and better over the last year. Every group race he participated in, he got just a little bit better. Then he got the win, he beat Winner's Man, then he did it again. So yes, the question is he capable of running the same kind of times as the two Japanese visitors are? That's going to be the big question. Certainly no doubt this is a big talent. Tuhone Bansok, again, is in the form of his life.
Another journalist asked me the other day whether Winner's Man is as up to the form as last year, because last year Winner's Man's been winning most of the races and including Korea Cup itself. I'd say Tuhone Bansok is the one who's capable of beating or running up to the competitiveness of Winner's Man, and Tuhone Bansok has got to be considered at least a placing chance.
Yeah, look, the Winner's Man and Tuhone Bansok have raced each other their last 4 or 5 times together. Tuhone Bansok has finished in front of Winner's Man on 3 of those occasions, so obviously he's the one with the form coming in. We know how good Winner's Man is on his day. He obviously had that little setback at that last race. He's been back in training a month. An on top form Winner's Man, yeah, he can go close.
Yeah, and next one up is Success Macho. This is a horse who will be off from the speed.
Yeah, this one comes in after a really good win in the Owners' Cup. He settled right back over the mile and he ran on really, really strongly. So I think we're going to see similar again today from De Silva. This one will be coming late. Might be too late to catch the winners, but he'll pass plenty.
Right. Complete value's been scratched, and let's go on and have a look at Tisbarrows.
Really unexposed one, this, isn't it?
Yes. The trainer is very confident.
Yeah.
Trainer was very confident.
Trainer is like unknown quantity. You'll never know how he runs. And
he said that I will show you something.
That's what he told me as well.
Hasn't raced since May, and in a general race has never raced higher than Class 3. But he was super impressive winning over the 2,000 metres. That's Sports Chosun, I think it was. And look, he looked very good in a trial. He didn't offer too many clues. This is the wild card.
Dark horse. Yeah. Dark horse. And we're up to Winner's Man.
Well, we just talked about Winner's Man, obviously a little bit with Tuhone Bansok. We know how good he is on his day. He's as good as anything in this field, minus the 2 favourites. And if he's on top form, he can run a place.
Okay, Crazy Conti. This is, I don't know what to make out of this horse. This is a regular Class 1 horse. Keep winning though. Crazy Conti.
Yeah, he did. He became strong. We saw racing in the sprint at his last start. Again, I'm not sure he's good enough to be a winning chance in this, but he is certainly one who can beat plenty.
Moonhak Chief.
He won this race in 2019. Obviously, that was a quite unique edition of the race, and he's not quite the same horse that he was.
Right. Brigadier General, lastly.
Yeah, this one was quite a late entry to the race. He came in at the second entry stage. Recent form suggests he's not quite up to this.
Yes, which is why we came from the outside gate all the way to here, and we did talk about the probable horses. Let's go on and have a look at the racing position. Expected racing positions, I'd say getting in front. 심장의 고동 might try to get in front, or race pace setter is like Tuhone Bansok might want to go front.
Possible. I think we'll see a few coming around from the outside. I don't think the Japanese pair are going to hang around either.
Right. Winner's Man settles on pace as well.
As for the racing position, I need to say that the back straight, in the middle of the back straight, we need to see.
Okay, we'll let our race caller go for the other duty that he's concerned with.
Enjoy the cup.
Alastair Middleton is our race caller, and he's now left the studio to prepare for this race called Korea Cup, starting in 5 minutes, and we are looking at full field of 15 horses. And Mr. Ryu, your selection of this race?
Reluctant to say, but the Crown Pride and Gloria Mundi.
So it's gonna be the two
Yeah,
Japanese
two
horses.
Japanese horses, and plus Apache Pass, because Apache Pass, the Hong Kong horse, they are usually very fast and strong. But only the concern is that whether the Apache Pass can handle this type of track.
Well, interesting thing is that usually when the Japan horses, they come from Japan to Korea, they were very together, collaborative, and be like Team Japan. But this time out, it was just a little bit.
Maybe because they are all known to each other.
Right. Like we know our horses' capability, they know their quantity.
And not only the horse, but the person. The big brother of Yoshida family.
Right.
He owned the Crown Pride. And Teruya Yoshida, from the very beginning of the Korea Cup, he wanted to participate in this race, but unfortunately his horses was a bit lack of the ratings, so his horse wasn't invited. But I may say the selection of Japanese horses is like a selection process of the Korean female national representative archery team. Once they pass their national representative selection process, then they are almost or most probably win gold medal. But likewise, Japanese horses is within the Japanese competition is very, very hard.
So like you said, it's gonna be hard to oppose the Quinella of the Japanese contingent.
Luckily, Katsumi Yoshida, his second brother, he managed to send his horse or his club horse, Chrysolite, and then he won the Korea Cup, and then they've been already successful in this race, and now the Teruya Yoshida, the big brother, he is aiming to get that glory in Korea.
Right. So it's, I don't know what are the thoughts about the racing fans and the participants here, but it is interesting to see Japan being ambitious about taking this cup, and I would want to ask what are their thoughts about this, and it's probably about sportsmanship to win a race.
Yeah, to win races overseas.
Yes.
It's more than racing.
Right.
I've been experienced the Korean runner in the Breeders' Cup and the Singapore and Dubai. Oh, it's some kind of more than money, more than racing.
It's to win a race.
It's a very touching moment. So even though we are not that much world top famous racing country, but winning Korean international races is the kind of the unforgettable memories for them.
To be honest, we are looking at Japanese dominating the world level of the races.
Yeah, they've been dominating Melbourne Cup, Hong Kong Cup, and Breeders' Cup, even Kentucky Derby, but not yet the Arc de Triomphe. But their main target is a 2,400 meter turf race. But other than that, in regards to the dirt race, the Korea International Race is one of their main target.
Yes, it's going to be another collection of their trophies, I guess. And if the Japanese contingents are going to be winning this race, then they are winning both Sprint and Cup. And it's no surprise, to be honest. And we are just expecting competitive race happening here at Seoul Racecourse, the 2023 Korea Cup, starting soon.
This is the Korea Cup of 2023, Seoul Race 8. And the favourite from Japan, number 14, Crown Pride. $1.30 odds on favourite ahead of compatriot number 15. That's Gloria Mundi in at $4.50. And it's a long way back behind those. Number 8, Winner's Man, all the way back at 18s. They're coming forward rapidly. Shimjangi Gadong, the Gunpu, Hangbok Wangja already in. There goes Global Hit up into 4. Munhak Chief, Crazy Conti, Winner's Man, successfully installed, as is Success Macho, Tahane Bansok and Apache Pass of Hong Kong. Apache Pass, of course, looking to emulate or better the fantastic performance by Duke Y in the sprint an hour ago. Crown Pride is in. Brigadier General, the penultimate one up. And it will be Gloria Mundi, the last one to complete the line. Gloria Mundi comes forward. That's it. All in. Korea Cup 2023. And Gates are back there away and racing in the Cup. Crazy Conti, Brigadier General, Hangbok Wangja the slowest out. Crown Pride is away nicely, as is Tahane Bansok, Tiz Barrow's Global Hit. Winner's Man not too far away either. The Gunpu Shimjangi Gadong, they're going to take a sit up on the inside. Success Macho, Gloria Mundi, they're wider. A couple of lengths further back, the Gunpu's been shuffled back already, along with Crazy Conti, Munhak Chief, Brigadier General, and Hangbok Wangja brings up the rear. So heading around the turn, it's Tahane Bansok who has found the front in the Cup. Crown Pride races in second, back to the fences, Global Hit in third. Then it's Apache Pass, he's being ridden nice and prominently. They're followed then by Gloria Mundi, just up on the outside of Winner's Man. Then it is Tiz Barrow, Shimjangi Gadong back to the fence. Further back came Crazy Conti, the Gunpu Brigadier General out wide, Munhak Chief and Hangbok Wangja, they trail the field. So making their way down the back and going past now and going to the front is a Crown Pride. He's gone past Tahane Bansok and Apache Pass, and here comes Gloria Mundi looking to track his compatriot here. Success Macho, Global Hit, Winner's Man, they're just behind. A couple of lengths further to Tiz Barrow's Crazy Conti, followed by the Gunpu Brigadier General, Shimjangi Gadong, Hangbok Wangju and Munhak Chief, the new back marker, as we come around with 3.5 to go in the Cup. And it is Crown Pride from Gloria Mundi. Back to the fence to Tahane Bansok. Apache Pass still racing in 4th place. A couple of lengths ahead of Winner's Man, Global Hit and Success Macho. But into the straight in the Cup, and it is Crown Pride. He's lengthening 2 lengths, 3 lengths from Gloria Mundi. Here comes Winner's Man down the outside. He's moving up into 3rd place. It is Crown Pride. He's easing away from Gloria Mundi and from Winner's Man. But it's Crown Pride, Japan's pride, to win the Korea Cup. Gloria Mundi will be second. Winner's Man was third. Crown Pride, it's a double for Yuga Kawara, Sprint and Cup double. And for trainer Koichi Shintani, this one for Teruya Yoshida. Crown Pride, he wins.
아이고야.
한참이다 들어가는데.
Wow, what an amazing performance. We are looking at the replay of Korea Cup 2023. The winner, by no doubt, was Crown Pride. Your thoughts?
Yeah.
The expert.
Yeah, it was expected. But I don't think Crown Pride did his best. Because no one following and no one competing against him. He just let the horse go.
It was a little bit concerning for me at one point at the 3rd corner when the whole foreign contingent.
It's like a track walk for him. Oh my God.
Say no more, please. Say no more. But yeah, we can see that jockey was gaining rein from the start until the end, and the horse was just wanting to go, and it was just Crown Pride's domination, absolute domination.
As I told you that the Japanese horse see inside of the Korean leader, pace setter, but
right, we
at
can
the
see right now.
backstretch, yeah, he just see the horse and outrunning against them, and probably Tahane Bansok was embarrassed.
No, No, 투혼의 완성 렌트 is best.
But the good thing is that the winner's man last Korean Cup winner, he ran third.
Right. Wow. Winner's man running late was something to watch.
Yeah.
But to be honest, this was all about Crown Pride.
Yeah, and Jackie Kawada, he made 2 wins in this one single trip.
It was worthy of a trip, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With such a prize money we have here in South Korea.
Kawada's pen can be very exciting.
Just looking at jockey doing the parade for the winning ceremony here.
Yeah. It was two dominant race.
Absolutely controlling the race pace. With a sheepskin on, and the trainer must be very pleased with the result here. Teruya Yoshida.
Teruya Yoshida finally got his trophy, Korean trophy, in his farm.
Seizing that glory and that, at least the biggest one from South Korea.
I have no idea whether Teruya Yoshida came to Korea or not.
He is.
He is.
I met him yesterday at the gala dinner, and he's here, and I'm pretty sure he's very proud of his horse right now.
Big margin.
With big margin, romping home. Crown Pride needed that winning after having been running at all these Maidan races and the Saudi race.
His first group win, and in Korea, the first group win is in Korea.
That's ironic, and that's very meaningful at the same time. Group 3 winning, and that was by what margin? Huge margin.
Cannot figure out at the moment. We need to see the race result later.
As I'm being redundant of myself, Korean racing, this racing, international race itself, is not about winning or losing. It's just about having the goal to anchor it and then reach for it.
It is time to say that we respect all the hard work from the Korea connections, and then obviously from the invited overseas connections to make this prestigious 2 races successful. And we really respect all the efforts all the way from their countries to participate here. And they made a great result.
Right.
And it would be a good nutrition for the Korean race would grow.
Right. It's what a motivation for these industry and everything. And to be honest, we'll catch up.
Yeah,
we always catch up.
Yeah.
And that's hopeful side of what we will do. We'll catch up fast. And thank you so much for having this memorable event here at Korea. I don't know who I'm thanking to. I'm thanking Korea Racing Authority, including myself.
I believe it's just a matter of time that we used to have a Dolkong. We used to have also the Blue Chipper. So those kind of horses can make the right time for the Korea Cup and Sprint. Then we can catch up.
Yeah, you were with us on KRBC for Korean racing for this very event, the biggest and the richest race from South Korea, the 2023 Korea Cup. Until here, you are with Vetman, as you remember, and this was Joe. Thank you for joining us, and we will be continuing on with the footages of the presentation, so stay tuned for the presentation stage, and thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
네, 뒷심이 좋은 말인데 원래 앞선에서 따라가다가 뒷심을 발휘하는 선입이나 추입 정제를 선호하는 말입니다. 그러나 오늘 좀 앞선에 강하게 선행을 이끄는 말이 없었기 때문에 경주 중반부터는 가장 앞쪽에 나와서 이미 선두 자리를 붙였다 이렇게 볼 수 있겠습니다.
네, 크라운 프라이드와 카와다 유가 기수의 위닝런 아주 여유 있는 모습을 볼 수가 있었습니다. 뭐 경주 전부터 크라운 프라이드가 온다는 이 소식에 상당히 어찌 보면 이 우리나라 기술도 그렇고 좀 쉽지 않겠다라는 예상을 했는데 역시 뭐 레이스에서 보여준 이 전개 능력 참 대단하네요.
네, 이 크라운 프라이드는 정말 그 작년도 뭐 일본 더트주로 3세마에서 1위에 등극할 만큼 강한 말이고,
네.
뭐 작년 UAE 더비 메이단 경마장에서 펼쳐지는 1900m 더트 경주에서도 우승을 거뒀습니다. 그리고 미국 켄터키 더비에도 출전을 하면서 이름을 올렸는데요.
네.
성적은 뭐 13위로 높지는 않았습니다만 굉장히 세계적인 무대까지 경험이 있는 말입니다.
그렇습니다. 카와다 기수가 크라운 프라이드가 지금 이제 두 번째 기승을 하는 오늘 경주였는데요. 첫 번째 또 호흡을 맞추면서 우승을 차지하는 코리아컵이 되겠습니다.
네, 또 흥미롭게도 크라운 프라이드는 일본 국내 경주에서는 우승이 조금 운이 따라주질 않았어요. 그래서 오히려 이렇게 강한 말임에도 불구하고 무관의 강자라는 별칭을 얻을 만큼.
그렇군요.
네, 그래서 좀 크라운 프라이드 전담 관리사는 그 점이 너무 속상했다고 하는데 오늘 그 우승 갈증을 좀 해소하지 않았나 이런 느낌이 듭니다.
그렇습니다. 또 원정 경기인 또 코리아컵에서 우승을 차지했기 때문에 다시 또 다른 무대 또 다음 대회에서도 좀 더 이 좋은 기운을 좀 이어갈 수 있을 것 같습니다.
네, 오히려 해외에서 정말 성적이 좋습니다. 뭐 올해 2월에도 뭐 사우디컵에 출전을 했었고 3월에는 두바이 월드컵에도 출전을 해서 각각 5위를 기록을 하면서 해외 원정 경주에 강한 모습을 보이고 오늘 이 한국의 원정 경주에서도 정말 강한 모습을 보이네요.
그렇습니다. 지금도 선두에 올라선 이후에 마지막 코너 3, 4코너부터 일단 첫 번째 자리를 내주지 않았고요. 바깥쪽으로 뭐 글로리아 먼디가 좀 따라오려고 했습니다만 역시나 마지막 직선주로에서도 걸음이 느려지고 약해지지 않았습니다.
네, 이 글로리아 먼디는 뒷심이 정말 라스트 걸음이 좋은 말인데
네.
오늘 이 크라운 프라이드를 쫓아가는 걸음으로 봤을 때는 크라운 프라이드가 정말 한 수 위의 걸음을 보여주네요.
그렇습니다. 1, 2위는 크라운 프라이드와 글로리아 먼디 그리고 위너스맨 투혼의 반석의 순위였습니다.
네, 이 크라운 프라이드는 정말 혈통적으로도 굉장히 주목을 받는 말입니다.
네.
이 크라운 프라이드의 할아버지 같은 경우에는 90년대 말에 일본 총대장이라고 불렸던 스페셜 위크, 그리고 외할아버지는 또 2010년, 2011년 시스말 랭킹 1위였던 킹 카메하메하의 외조부를 갖고 있는 그런 말입니다.
명품 혈통이라고 또 많은 기사도 좀
네,
나왔었는데 역시나 대단한 DNA가 또 내려온 것 같습니다.
네, 정말 최강의 조합이다. 마주 역시도 이 일본 경마를 이끌고 있는 이 샤다이 그룹의 장남, 이 샤다이 팜을 소유하고 있는 테루야 요시다 마주고요.
자, 시간이 얼마 지나지 않아서 다시 한번 시상대 모습을 드러내고 있습니다. 1985년생 일본 최고의 전성기를 달리고 있는 현재 탑자키 카와다 유가 기수의 모습을 확인할 수 있습니다.
네, 이 두 개의 경주를 모두 거머쥔 가와다 유가 기수. 스프린트 때보다 더 밝게 웃는 모습이네요.
그렇습니다.
네, 오늘 이 코리아컵 시상식에는 던 베넷 주한 뉴질랜드 대사, 또 마크 드리스 주한 미국 대사관, 농부 참사관, 그리고 서울 마주협회장 등이 한국 마사 회장과 함께 참여해 있습니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 먼저 마주에 대한 시상이 있습니다.
네, 샤다이 그룹의 장남이죠.
네.
우승 트로피를 전달하겠습니다. 여러분 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
네, 크라운 프라이드의 전담 관리사에게 물어보니까 장남이 질 수 없다라고 이야기를 하더라고요.
네. 자, 마주인 요시다 테루야 마주의 모습을 볼 수가 있습니다.
네, 서울 마주협회 회장과 한국 마사 회장이 시상을 했습니다. 그리고 테루야 요시다 마주가 오늘 우승의 주인공이 됐습니다.
너무 좋아하시는데요.
네.
네.
이 무관의 강자라는 별명이 있는 만큼 우승컵에 대한 갈증이 언제나 있었던 것 같습니다.
네. 코리아컵에서 이제 무관의 강자라는 이 타이틀을 좀 씻어버렸기 때문에 코리아컵에 대한 더 좋은 기억을 또 가지고 돌아갈 수 있을 것 같습니다.
네, 직전 경주 일본에서 있었던 2000m 더트 경주에서 이 코차로 레이쇼 하리에오에 라는 말한테 졌거든요.
네.
그 말도 코리아컵에 좀 참가를 예고를 하면서 리벤지 매치가 좀 기대가 됐는데 안타깝게도 메이쇼 하리오가 출전을 하지 않으면서 아쉽다라고 표현을 했습니다만 그런 만큼 일본의 대표로 열심히 뛰겠다고 했던 그 말대로 오늘 대차로 크게 벌리면서 우승을 가져가네요.
네, 신타니 조교사는 코리아컵에서 우승 트로피를 또 번쩍 한번 들어 올리는 포즈를 또 취해줬네요.
네, 신타니 코이치 조교사.
네.
정말 경력 대비 강한 실적을 올리고 있습니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 카와다 유가 기수입니다.
네.
이번 코리아 스프린트와 코리아컵을 모두 제패하면서 국내 팬들에게 이제 그야말로 첫인사를 너무 좀 강렬한 인상을 보여주면서 마무리를 하는 것 같습니다.
네, 그렇습니다. 이 두 개의 트로피를 모두 가져가는 카와다 유가 기수입니다.
네.
뭐 지금 2004년 데뷔 후에 12,000전 정도의 경주에 참전을 했습니다.
네.
그러면서 뭐 통산 전적이 2,000승에 육박을 하거든요.
네. 꾸준하게 출전한 것 자체 역시도 이제 몸 관리에 대한 대단한 능력을 또 볼 수가 있고요. 이 선수가 이 기수가 또 올해 두바이 월드컵에서 또 우승을 차지하기도 했습니다. 해외 원정에 대한 부담감은 전혀 없는 것 같아요.
네, 그럼요. 뭐 한국 원정 정도는 또 거리도 가깝기 때문에
시차도 별로 없잖아요.
네, 이렇게 해서 코리아 컵과
코리아
스프린트를 모두 가져가는 기수와 조교사네요.
네. 코리아 스프린트 리메이크 1분 10초 플랫의 코리아 스프린트 역대 최고 기록이 나왔고요. 코리아컵에서는 크라운 프라이드로 1분 51초 5의 기록으로 자, 일본의 말들이 스프린트와 코리아컵을 모두 가지고 가게 됐습니다.
네, 아마 카와다 유가 기수가 이 글로리아 먼디도 기승을 했던 경험이 있기 때문에 기승을 하고 우승도 몇 번이나 거머쥐었었기 때문에 또 아마 글로리아 먼디라는 말도 굉장히 잘 파악이 돼 있었을 거예요. 네, 그러면서 이 글로리아 먼디가 뒷심을 쓰는 말이다라는 거를 이미 알고 있기 때문에 격차를 계속해서 벌려나가면 글로리아 먼디가 넘어서지 못할 것이다 라는 판단이 있지 않았을까 싶습니다.
그렇습니다. 복합적인 다양한 전문 직업군들이 자신의 최고의 모습을 보여줄 때 또 이런 결과가 나올 텐데요. 기수와 마주 그리고 조교사 또 많은 관리사. 자, 일본의 두 마리의 말 리메이크와 크라운 프라이드가 이번 코리아 스프린트와 코리아컵 주인공이 됐습니다.
네, 그래도 정말 우리 위너스맨도 종반에는 글로리아 먼디와의 착차를 많이 좁혔습니다.
네.
위너스맨 이번에 훈련 패턴을 좀 크게 바꿔봤다고 했는데 그런 만큼 투혼의 반석은 가볍게 넘어서고 글로리아 먼디를 끝까지 추격해봤던 그런 경주였습니다.
그렇습니다. 우리 말들도 지금 5위권 안에 좀 많은 모습을 보이고 있습니다만 일단 좀 마신 차가 좀 많이 났던 또 경주를 좀 확인할 수 있었습니다. 결국 대한민국 경마의 발전의 어떤 동기부여를 이번 대회를 통해서 한번 더 가져가 봐야 될 것 같습니다.
네, 그렇습니다.
네.
한국 경마가 아직까지 넘어야 할 산이 크다 뭐 이런 걸 조금 느낄 수 있고 또 이만큼 강한 말이 또 코리아컵과 코리아 스프린트에 출전을 했다는 것이
그렇죠.
또 국제 경주의 위상을 좀 보여주는 것이라고 할 수 있겠습니다.
그렇습니다. 네, 뭐 원정을 나가는 우리나라 말들도 있습니다만 결국 이제 코리아컵, 코리아 스프린트에 좀 다양한 또 레이팅이 상당히 높고 경주 실력이 좋은 해외 말들을 초청하면서 우리도 분명히 배워갈 수 있는 건 배워가야 될 것 같습니다.
네, 그렇습니다. 그래도 잘 싸워준 우리 한국 경주마들에게 박수를 보내고 싶고요. 역시 위너스맨이 강자들과 싸울 때 더 뛰거든요. 오늘도 정말 끝까지 멋진 싸움을 펼쳐줬습니다.
그렇습니다. 스프린트에서는 벌마의 스타가 상당히 또 좋은 모습을 보여줬고요. 또 코리아컵에서는 위너스맨이 좋은 모습을 보여줬습니다. 둘 다 뭐 또 서승훈 기수가 또 힘을 좀 내줬던 결과라고 볼 수 있겠네요.
네, 서승훈 기수 역시 정말 기세가 국제 무대에 내놓아도 정말 눌리지 않는 기운을 가지고 있기 때문에 오늘 멋진 활약을 보여줬습니다.
그렇습니다. 2016년부터 코리아 스프린트와 코리아컵이 시작이 됐습니다. 대한민국 경마의 또 세계화 글로벌화에 이제 도전 도전하는 그 첫 시작을 벌써 6번의 대회가 마무리가 됐고요. 여러분도 화면에서 보셨다시피 다양한 외국 말들, 또 레이팅 높은, 수준 높은 말들의 초청, 그리고 우리나라 경마 팬들도 정말 코리아 스프린트와 코리아컵을 좀 기다리고 있다는 그런 모습을 저는 이번에 좀 많이 느꼈거든요. 정말 많은 분들이 찾아오셨어요.
네, 오늘 해외에서도 정말 많은 팬분들이 오셨고 지금 뭐 카와다 기수의 극성 팬들이 또 한국까지 방문을 해서 이번 크라운 프라이드 출전 그리고 뭐 카와다 기수가 한국에 온다라는 사실만으로 일본 경마 팬분들도 많이 관심을 갖고 또 지켜봐 주신 이번 코리아컵과 코리아 스프린트였습니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 카와다 기수의 일본에서의 또 인기를 또 확인할 수 있는 장면을 또 볼 수가 있었고요.
네, 이 크라운 프라이드가 또 재미있는 점이 데뷔 후에 2연승을 달렸는데 그때 함께 했던 기수가 미유키 기수로 1회 코리아컵 때 준우승을 거머쥐었던 미유키 기수가 또 크라운 프라이드의 데뷔 이후 2연승을 또 함께 하기도 했습니다. 그런 만큼 한국과 인연이 깊은 크라운 프라이드네요.
그렇습니다. 자, 오늘 크라운 프라이드가 1분 51초 5의 기록으로 코리아컵 우승을 차지했습니다. 지금 이렇게 되면 이제 한국과 일본 계속해서 이제 코리아컵 트로피의 주인공을 좀 나눠 갖게 되는데 뭐 레이팅 면에서는 좀 차이가 좀 있긴 합니다만 이런 일본 말들도 이제 좋은 말들이 좀 들어오면서 결국 우리나라 말들도 결국 이 경험을 쌓는 거잖아요.
네, 그렇습니다. 이런 강한 말들과 겨뤄 볼수록 우리 한국 경주마들의 수준도 조금씩 더 올라가는 거거든요. 그런 만큼 더 강한 말들이, 더 센 말들이 우리 코리아컵과 코리아 스프린트에 출전을 해서 우리 한국의 경주마들도 같이 발전할 수 있는 기회가 됐으면 좋겠습니다.
그렇습니다. 우리 말들도 글쎄요. 부산 경남 경마공원과 또 레스토랑파크 서울 이 두 곳에서에도 뭐 경주가 좀 많이 있습니다만 기회가 되고 좀 도전을 할 수 있다면 해외 원정도 좀 많이 좀 나가봤으면 좋겠어요.
네, 그렇습니다. 해외 원정 경험이 정말 큰 것이 우리 행복 왕자가 올 초에 두바이 원정을 다녀왔습니다. 두바이 현지에서의 성적은 뭐 그렇게 좋지 않았습니다만 오늘 코리아컵에서 또 5위를 기록을 하는 걸 보면 정말 큰 무대에서 뛰었던 경험이 언제나 밑거름이 좀 된다는 것을 알 수가 있습니다. 이 크라운 프라이드도 그렇고 일본 이 두 마리의 말들은 좀 온오프가 확실한 말들이라고 해요. 경주 때는 또 경주를 알아서 확실하게 뛰고 또 경주를 뛰지 않을 때는 또 차분한 모습으로 언제나 또 일상을 생활하기 때문에 전혀 뭐 경주 출전 간격이나 이런 것들에 무리가 없다고 합니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 카와다 유가 기수를 만나보겠습니다. 오유주 아나운서입니다.
카와다 기수와 이야기 나눠보겠습니다. 코리아 스프린트에 이어 코리아 컵도 제패했습니다. 소감 들려주세요.
코리아 스프린트 続いてコリアンカップも勝ちましたけど、その気持ちを聞かせてください。
はい、2頭とも無事に結果を得ることができて何よりです。
둘 다 좋은 결과를 얻을 수 있어서 무엇보다도 기분이 너무 좋습니다.
일단 우승에 대한 열망이 뭐 누구보다 컸을 텐데요. 어떤 노력과 준비가 또 오늘의 좋은 결과를 만들었을까요?
優勝のためにどんな努力をしたのか、そういうことに関してもうちょっと聞かせてください。
努力をしたのはスタッフなので、僕は最後の手綱を受け取って勝たせるというのが僕の仕事なので、今日もいい状態で競馬場に連れてきてくれてますので、あとはもう無事に競馬を終えるだけでした。
좋은 결과를 위해서는 스태프분들이 많은 노력을 해주셨고요. 저는 이제 그 좋은 노력을 하신 부분에 대해서 좋은 결과를 내기 위해서 말을 열심히 탔던 것뿐입니다.
많은 만큼 이 한국 무대에서 또 한국 홍콩 말들과 또 견주어 보니까 또 어떤 느낌이 들었는지 들어보고 싶어요.
今日のレースだけで言えば、サウジやドバイに比べるとメンバー的にもまだもう一つこう楽なメンバーにというメンバー構成だと思いますので、この馬らしく走りさえすればというところだったので、はい、そうやってストレートな表現ではなく、はい。
일단 오늘 경주로만 말한다면 이제 사우디나 두바이랑 비슷하게 조금 비슷한 말들의 수준이었다고 생각합니다. 네.
이 또 세계적인 기수인 만큼 또 앞으로 기수로서 또 어떤 목표를 향해 가는지도 들어보고 싶습니다.
具体的な機種ですけど、この機種としてのこれからの目標は何でしょうか。
こうして韓国に初めて来て、素晴らしい馬とともにいい結果を得ることができたことをまずはありがたく思いますし、この先も日本馬で海外に行く機会がたくさんありますので、その時に日本馬の強さというのを 改めて世界の皆さんに知っていただけるようなレースができればと思ってます。
이렇게 이번처럼 한국에 와서 많은 훌륭한 말들과 함께 경쟁할 수 있어서 너무 좋았고요. 앞으로도 세계의 더 여러 나라를 나가면서 일본의 좋은 말들을 소개하고 싶습니다.
일본 팬들도 많이 와주셨지만 한국 팬들께서도 뜨거운 열정적인 또 응원을 보내주셨습니다. 끝으로 경마 팬들께 한 말씀 부탁드립니다.
パドックの盛り上がりというのは世界で一番盛り上がってるんじゃないかと思うほどですし、これだけ熱気のある中、日本馬たちがこうやって走って韓国の馬と競いながらという時間を過ごせたことをありがたく思っています。
예시장 응원을 보고 되게 놀라기도 했고요. 저 어느 나라보다도 예시장의 응원이 뜨겁다라는 것을 느꼈습니다. 네, 이렇게 또 기회가 된다면 한국 말들과 함께 이렇게 경쟁할 수 있는 기회가 왔으면 좋겠습니다.
네, 카와다 유가 기수였습니다.
네, 카와다 유가 기수까지 만나봤습니다. 예.